Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of this. This is an empty. Came in a box. They have to put a bag in the box. So guess what? There is a beautiful, beautiful woman over here. I don't know if you can see her or not. Looky there. Who's that? Most beautiful woman in the world. So anyway, and she found this. I can't look at anything because I don't have glasses, but it looks interesting. So we're gonna have to heat this tonight. It's taken some time trying to find a recipe for the seasoning mix because it calls for chili powder, but I swear we have chili powder, but I can't find it, so I used half cayenne pepper. The recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of chili powder. Cayenne pepper is just like stronger, then it has a different flavor because cayenne pepper is just dried cayenne chilies powdered. Chili powder has other ingredients in it, so I halved it. Instead of 4 tablespoons, I used 2 tablespoons of cayenne. And right now, I got it all, coated, and then I put it in the freezer so it can firm up because we're going to have to slice it thin. And yeah, we'll have to do some work in the kitchen before we actually cook it. But now that my wife is home, I'll do things. It's like when I'm by myself, it's like I don't have a life. But when I'm with her, it's like I'm alive. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's the way it is. I'm not saying that just because she's happens to be home that I always want to do something. That's not what it means. It means that I just feel alive. I'm alive. I don't know how else to explain it. Dr. Frankl talked about looking outside of yourself. A lot of people say, well, you find yourself from inside. Dr. Frankl said you find yourself from without, and I found myself through my wife. So anyway, I've been like on the run all day. First there's a bang, bang, bang. Actually, it was Lucky that woke me up. He was barking, and I'm like, I thought it was like maybe the neighbors or our landlord. And oh jeez, I just got some in my eye. That's not good. So I'm like, come on, keep me quiet. I want to sleep some more. So I get up and I go into the door and I notice a cop car out front. So I'm like, uh-oh. So I thought maybe it's the stuff that's outside, but he didn't say anything about it. But he usually doesn't. He goes through the landlord. But that's our garden out there, including potatoes that are really starting to come up. You can grow potatoes in bags, people. You can just get yourself plastic bags of dirt or soil, and you just cut them open and put the potatoes in there. As the vines grow, you put another bag on top and another bag on top, and it'll keep growing. But we have a big bag that we have folded down, but we won't be
garden of lawn clip, back if you put lawn clippings in.
And they're pretty sturdy, except for the one. It's nice and wet now. But I was thinking of putting it in that other bucket, but that other bucket now has our water for watering plants, so we don't have to get it out of the faucet. But anyway, and this is, I still haven't used this. I still haven't used that. Little toy. Well, it's not cheap like a toy, so it's not exactly a toy, but yeah, we're gonna have fajitas Now my wife isn't a big onion fan, so she doesn't have to have onions if she doesn't want them. Bell pepper. Well, this is the thing. We have like 80 cents, is it?
81.
81 cents on the EBT card, so you know, if we don't have it, it's too bad. What she doesn't know is yesterday, when I was coming home, I bought 2 bags of cereal and a gallon of milk so we can have cereal. So I didn't know exactly what she would want, so I got 2 bags of cereal. They're the cheap, I forget the brand, but you know, it's the cheap cereal.
Store brand.
Yeah. So the thing I need to make, gotta go back in the kitchen. I gotta make guacamole. Guacamole. We have beans. We bought beans and rice. We bought actually it's a package. I was just looking for a seasoning pack, but finding Mexican food up here, not the easiest thing to do. It really isn't. Now there's a Jalisco style restaurant opening up.
Well, they're still building.
Yeah.
Up the inside.
Yeah, we went by today. They were still working in there, and
God knows what they're doing to it.
It used to. What was it? Friendlies?
Yes.
It used to be a Friendlies. If you don't know Friendlies, just Google Friendlies.
It's similar to Denny's.
Yeah.
Except they have ice cream.
Yeah. Isn't it their own brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as you get done off there, I'm going to read something to you before I post it on here.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, I went to a few Jalisco style restaurants in San Antonio. I'm not gonna say they're not good. They're just not what I'm used to. I could take it or leave it, and most of the time I'd rather leave it. You know, I'd rather go somewhere else, even if it cost more, or if it wasn't, or if the quality wasn't quite as good. I'd still rather go somewhere else. But I wouldn't turn my nose up at it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's all. But you know, when are they going to open? I don't know when they're going to open.
We have no idea.
Yeah, haven't they been over there a while?
I don't know, but they probably had to rip out all the inside and.
Oh yeah, Friendlies wouldn't like them using their stuff.
Their booths and tables and stuff. You know what I mean?
So anyway, folks, my beautiful wife is back, and that's what this video is mainly about. And we're gonna have fajitas tonight. So, but we're not putting them on the grill because we don't have firewood or charcoal or anything.
Well, we could find scrap wood. It may not be exactly firewood.
Yeah. Well, we need to see. My mother had this big like oil barrel grill. That's what we need. But finding those up here is not the easiest thing.
They probably don't exist up here.
Yeah, a lot of people up here use gas. Like, ew. But I'm Hank Hill, and I sell propane and propane accessories. Bye bye.